The use of the cell phones in the classroom has increased a lot in the past years. In fact, some of you at this moment may be using your cell phones. So many of us tend to praise the benefits of our cell phones and try to use the capabilities of our cell phones to the maximum. However, through my research on the negative consequences of the negative use of the cell phones, I hope that you guys will limit your use of your cell phones by eliminating the use in the classroom setting. So, according to the survey conducted by 2 psychology professors in the Wilkes University, which consisted of 300 Wilkes University students, it was shown that 92% of the students used their cell phone during class. 30% said that they used it during class every single day. This is an issue because the use of the cell phones in the classroom leads to a toll in both the academic aspect and also in social interaction with students, but also the cost of the college students. And so, cell phones are without a doubt a distraction for students, whether students want to admit it or not. According to the scholarly journal, College Students, Cell Phone Use, Beliefs and Effects on Learning, many students tend to embrace this idea of multitasking, but they don't realize that multitasking is actually detrimental, and that is because there is a single channel processing area in the brain. So when the student believes that they're actually multitasking between the lecture and the cell phone, the brain actually has to shift the attention from one task to the other. And while doing this, it has to switch its goals and its rules from one task to the other. So this leads to mental blocks that the student may not realize they are important, but it actually limits the retention of the brain, and it limits the productivity of the student by 40%. Aside from that, this is also known as a bottleneck effect because students believe that they can take on 2 tasks at the same time, but in reality they are only taking on 1. Aside from that, the cell phone use also affects the social interaction of students. And as the book Interpersonal Divide states, it actually contributes to this idea of social isolation because the student is not spending enough time socializing with those face-to-face as opposed to on the phone. And as it can be seen on the survey which I previously mentioned on Wilkes University, 97% of the students said that they were texting during class before it started, waiting for the class to begin. This means that the students are not spending enough time collaborating with their classmates, and only when it comes time to class groups or activities do they turn and work in groups. This also contributes to this social exclusion because, as Scott Campbell states in the Michigan Daily newspaper, students are more focused in this social networking through social media as opposed to networking face-to-face. So cell phones tend to close people off, and it just opens into the world, but through the media, such as Facebook. Furthermore, the use of the cell phones in the classroom takes a toll on the cost of students. And that is because, according to the tuition and fees website on the Cowboy Pomona website, it states that a student taking, for instance, 6 units pays around $3,100. This translates to about $1,600 per class. Now, if you do the math, that's $160 per week and $53 per class session. So you are spending $53 per class session, and if you are spending it texting or on Facebook or on the internet for misuses, then you're basically just throwing that money away, as opposed to making use of that time to enhance your learning capabilities. So in order to eliminate these bad consequences of the phone, the best choice is to turn off the phone and put it away. This, however, many students feel that it is unnecessary, because as Annie Murphy states in the Brilliant blog, many students feel that they are experts in multitasking. They feel that they can take on both tasks at the same time. However, they don't realize that this just leads to less flexible learning. Furthermore, there are those students who feel that the phone should be used during class to enhance their learning capabilities. However, if the class is not designed specifically to incorporate the cell phones or other types of technology, the student will most likely not be using the phone for this type of reasons, such as a study by the University of Nebraska-Lincoln states, which included 700 students from 6 different universities. It stated that 86% of the students used the phone during class for texting, 68% for their mail checking, 66% for social networking, 38% were surfing the web, and 8% were playing games. So as you can see, even if they do use a phone, it's mostly for misuses of the phone. So I hope that this will lead you to realize that there are more positive benefits from turning off a phone and putting it away in your backpack or in your purse. It will not only enable you to increase your retention of the knowledge during the class, but it could possibly enable you to this potential of building social networking face-to-face with the people that you might be seeing throughout your Cal Poly Pomona career. So next time that you walk into class, I hope that you will turn off your phone and put it away. Because in the end, remember that cell phones are not a bad thing. The bad consequences come from the misuse of the cell phones. Thank you.